They say Lake Tahoe is one of the most beautiful places on Earth, but beneath its crystal blue surface lies a chilling mystery. A phenomenon so strange and disturbing, it has earned the name, the dancing table. No, it's not a piece of furniture twirling underwater. It's something far more unsettling. Bodies, suspended in the lake's icy depths, not sinking, not floating, just eerily drifting. Welcome to the Forbidden Realm Files, where we plunge deep into the world's most mysterious and uncomfortable places. Tonight, we dive into the cold, dark waters of this unsettling legend. We'll trace its origins, explore the science, hear first-hand stories, and even delve into the chilling theories that might explain the lake's terrifying secret. Hold your breath. It's time to jump into icy waters and uncover the truth about Lake Tahoe's dancing table. Lake Tahoe, a surface of beauty. Lake Tahoe sits on the border between California and Nevada, nestled high in the Sierra Nevada mountains. It stretches 22 miles long and over 1,600 feet deep. On the surface, it's paradise. Crystal clear waters, pine-lined shores, snow-capped peaks. But as any experienced diver will tell you, below 600 feet, Lake Tahoe is another world. It's cold, it's dark, and it's eerily silent. Water temperatures near the bottom remain just above freezing year-round. Sunlight doesn't penetrate the depths. It becomes pitch black. This chilling alien world beneath Lake Tahoe's surface is the perfect environment to preserve secrets and bodies. The birth of a legend. Whispers of the dancing table began decades ago, passed down among divers and local old-timers. The term itself is bizarre. Why a table? It's believed to come from old diver slang. A table, in diving lingo, sometimes refers to a platform, a horizontal plane in the water. Now imagine bodies suspended across that invisible horizontal plane, drifting in perfect stillness, like dancers on a ghostly ballroom floor. Some say the name was a dark joke. Others say it was the only way to explain what they saw. Bodies, arms outstretched, limbs hanging loose, clothes drifting gently with the currents, as if mid-waltz. And the lake? It keeps them. For years. Sometimes forever. The science of the suspended dead. Let's break down exactly why this happens, because as horrifying as it sounds, the science makes sense. 1. Cold temperatures. Lake Tahoe's deep waters rarely rise above 39 degrees Fahrenheit or 4 degrees Celsius. That temperature is just above freezing, cold enough to significantly slow bacterial activity. This slows the body's natural decomposition process to a near standstill. 2. Lack of circulation. The lake is stratified, meaning warmer water sits on top, colder water stays trapped below. That lower layer remains largely undisturbed. This isolation helps preserve anything that sinks beneath the surface. 3. Neutral buoyancy. Typically, when a body decomposes, gases cause it to float. But in Lake Tahoe, the process is halted before enough gas builds up. Combine that with the density and temperature of the water, and you get something chilling. Suspension. The body doesn't sink to the bottom. It doesn't rise to the top. It just hangs in the middle, frozen in a watery grave. First-hand accounts from the deep. Some of the most disturbing elements of this legend come from divers themselves. In the 1980s, a rescue diver claimed he was searching for a missing boater when he came across a fully clothed man floating 30 feet above the bottom. The man's face was perfectly preserved, eyes open, mouth slightly parted, hands reaching forward as if he were trying to swim or scream. The diver surfaced and refused to go back down. He quit shortly after. Another diver said he saw a pair of hands emerge from the gloom on a deep water exploration dive. When he got closer, he realized they were attached to a body caught on submerged timber, swaying gently in the current. Rescue teams have reported stumbling upon more bodies than expected. Some say there are dozens down there, maybe more. Local authorities, however, stay silent. Some say they don't want to scare away tourists. Others whisper that they don't want people asking why there are so many bodies in the first place. History and dark theories. Let's talk about the theories, because not everything can be explained by science. Mob connections. During the mid-20th century, the Lake Tahoe region had deep ties to organized crime. Casinos, hidden deals, people who disappeared without a trace. Some believe bodies were disposed of in the lake to never be found again, and due to the cold, they weren't. Native legends. Long before settlers arrived, indigenous tribes avoided parts of the lake. They believed it was home to ancient spirits and that the lake would sometimes demand sacrifices. The cursed depth. At over 1,600 feet, Lake Tahoe holds an incredible amount of pressure. Some say this pressure creates an energy field that traps souls. They believe the lake holds on to the dead, not just their bodies, but their very presence. Could that explain why some divers report feeling watched? Or why some say they hear strange whispers when descending past 200 feet? Could it explain the nightmares some divers have after returning? Dreams of being pulled downward by unseen hands. Attempts at recovery and unanswered questions. Over the years, there have been efforts to recover some of the suspended bodies, but it's not easy. The cold makes handling delicate, and some divers report that even slight movement causes the bodies to disintegrate after decades underwater. Others simply refuse to go down that deep. Even with modern tech, it's risky. Low visibility, dangerous temperatures, and that lingering, bone-deep feeling of dread. Even more disturbing. In some recoveries, the bodies were found to be almost perfectly intact, even after 50 years. Hair, skin, clothing, shoes. Time had barely touched them. And it begs the question, how many more are down there, and why are they still there? The dancing table conclusion. So, what is the dancing table? A quirk of physics, a macabre nickname, or a portal to something darker? Science gives us the tools to understand the mechanics, but it doesn't explain the feeling. The feeling that something, or someone, is still down there, waiting, watching, preserved by the cold and forgotten by time. And when you stand by the lake at night, when the stars reflect off the still surface, you have to wonder, what lies beneath? And what secrets does Lake Tahoe still keep frozen, just out of reach? Thanks for joining us on this chilling dive into the dancing table of Lake Tahoe. If you enjoyed this deep mystery, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more forbidden explorations. And tell us in the comments, would you dive into Lake Tahoe, knowing what might be floating below? Until next time, stay curious, stay cautious, and stay out of the deep.